In this video I'm going to show you how to make the best possible thumbnail for Rainbow Six Siege. So first of all I'm going to show you how to take screenshots. Open your Steam overlay, go to settings and then drop down to in-game. There should be the screenshot option there. You will want to memorize your screenshot shortcut key as well as tick save an uncompressed copy of my screenshots. Or click Steam in the top left, go to settings, go down to in-game and you'll see the same options there. Or if you use Ubisoft, click the hamburger icon in the top left, go down to other and you should see the section for screenshots. One of the most important things is aspect ratio when it comes to making a thumbnail. You want to make sure that you use 21:9 as you can see most of the gun when you take the screenshots. You'll see what I mean later there. Also, make sure your graphics are maxed out. If you don't have ultra settings, very high is fine, but ultra is it looks so much better. You can also use anti-aliasing, however I'm not a fan as it lags for PC. So now you're going to a custom lobby. In my opinion, Nighthaven is probably the best map for this, however I used to use Coastline and it worked. It's just a bit finicky when you use Black Eyes. What you see me doing now is something that I've discovered recently to get the best possible screenshot for a gun. You want to empty out your mag so it forces you into a full reload animation. And then you want to prone and look straight down. With some guns it can show the entire thing and it's really cool and it looks nice. Now what I'm doing is changing my aspect ratio back to 16:9 or 16:10. Whatever you prefer, and now I'm going to find places on the map that will look nice for a background of the thumbnail. Now that you're in Photoshop and you've got both of your screenshots, you want to unlock them and then usually use lasso tool. But with the power of magic I can just, and it's done. From here you want to separate it from the image using Ctrl J to duplicate what you've selected. And now you want to change brightness, photo filter, whatever you want. I'm going to change them exclusively because I feel like they fit the background the best for me. Now you want to resize the image from 1920 by 1080 to 2560 by 1080. This will revert the 21:9 aspect that we did back to 16:9 and the gun will look fuller, it won't look as squished together. From here you can convert the smart object and drag it onto the background layer. From this point onwards it's completely optional what you do, however what I did is I added an inner shadow, inner glow and outer glow to the gun layer so it would pop out more, and obviously you can either copy the settings I use or you can use your own. After applying the layer effects, I decided to add a camera raw filter. I didn't want to change the exposure too much because I had already changed the brightness of the gun layer, so I changed around everything else. I added some sharpness and I also changed the RGB values kinda. I made the blues more stand out more. I also applied this camera raw filter to the background, but I removed the parts where I had changed the blue in the gun layer. Now I'm adjusting the levels of the background, as I want to make it so the background is darker and the gun is brighter, so that it has more of it contrasts more together. And then obviously the gun will stand out more because of it. Now I'm going into the blur gallery and using iris blur. The reason why I used iris blur as opposed to any others separately is because I wanted to create a sense of a depth of field, so to speak. where it starts to blur out further away from the gun, and then as you get closer it starts to become more clearer. Now by creating a new layer, setting the blending mode to linear dodge, and then using a soft brush with a low flow, I can create a pseudo kind of glow effect on the gun. So you'd want to syringe a color from the weapon skin that you're making the thumbnail with, and then you can increase the size of the brush or make it smaller depending on where you're trying to add the glow. If you think the glow is too overpowering, then you can add an adjustment layer, a hue saturation adjustment layer, add a clipping mask to the glows, and then you can turn up the saturation but then lower the lightness, and this will soften the glows whilst also adding a little more saturation to them, making them pop out more. Finally, I duplicate everything that I've created so far, merge it all together and create a smart object out of it. And then I apply one final camera raw filter towards it, making everything high and low again, the same as I did with the gun and the background layers, except slightly higher, and I don't affect the HSL or anything. This is just to give it that final little bit of pop before you export it. So thanks for watching. Yeah, if you have any friends trying to get into thumbnails or just like general graphics, just send them this video. It could help. I hope it will anyway. Have a good day.